What's going on YouTube? It's EDC Central Oregon, back again with another video. And today, as you can see from the title, I am going to be unpacking my Get Home Bag. So I've done a video before where I said that your EDC backpacks, Get Home bags, bug out bags, your survival prep stuff at the house, anything you do want to go through them at certain times and just make sure everything's all good, nothing's expired, you don't need to replace anything, all of those things. So about a year ago, a little over a year now, I did an update of letting you know when I went through the bag and kind of made sure everything was still all good. So now again, it's that time of the year to go through the bag, make sure I don't need to replace anything, make sure I want to keep the same stuff in there. I have added some things since that video. I will link that video down below and some of the individual videos that I did on some of the items in here, like the trauma kit, first aid kit, a couple different things I did individual videos on. My first video on the Get Home Bag, I have all the items list detailed. I break things down in categories. I do more explanation. So if you want more of that, definitely make sure you watch this video too. But after this video, go check that out. You can get all the items. This one is just going to be a run through. This is what I got. This is what I got. I might explain why I have it here and there, but for the most part, I'm just going to let you know, show you what I got in my Get Home Bag for 2025. So tune in. Alright, so first things first, start going through all the items. So let's just start on the outside. So of course, on this front part here, we have some trauma shears. Always good for the first aid kit, the trauma kit, all of those things. I have a emergency glow stick. These glow for 12 hours. And then I also have on the front, I have just an extra carabiner. I like to keep these handy just in case I need to hook it on the top of the bag, hang it from somewhere, anything like that. I like to have those. So that's on the front. And then on the side, it does have the water bottle holder. Then on the left side, we have a few items. So right here, we have the trauma kit. I have it connected just to this strap here, so I can take that off, access my trauma kit. I have some mechanics gloves. I like to keep those. I can access this trauma kit. I have the Sharpie tourniquet here, which is already prepped and ready to go. So once I take this out, I'll be able to quickly use it. I have a patch that says med and just some fun, another morale patch. So I can easily rip this part. Everything comes flying out. It usually doesn't, but it did today. Makes it easy to get to. And again, I do have a video on this to get the individual items list and just more details on some of these items. So I have a pack of twin chest shields. I have a emergency trauma dressing. This is a 4-inch flat. I have rolled gauze, and I have some sterile gloves here. And I also keep some S-rolled gauze here as well. All one pouch. I could easily get to all of these items as quickly as possible and either assist myself, assist someone that's injured, all of those things. So I keep that in handy. And then also on this side, this here I have the Reaper wrecking bar. It has the pry bar on one side, has the sheath that comes with it, Then it has the blade here, cutter. This one I can kind of chop something down. This is really good for if you are in an urban area, civil unrest happens, you have to try to get into a building or something to get shelter. On the back part, I just have a little pouch here. This is just some regular pepper gel. Of course, we conceal carry, but not everything needs lethal force. So I like to have something that's non-lethal and I can still use it, get away if I need to, stop the threat, slow the threat down, something like that. So I like to have that. Moving back to the, actually let's go ahead and get on the top. So there's this back pocket at the very top, which I have a headlamp, and I have the batteries for it. I keep it in the bag just to make sure they don't get wet and they don't get exposed and get all messed up. I keep them out of it for the same reason. So if I ever need it, just get these, put it together, put it on my head. We got a light, hands-free. And I always keep some shades. There is another front top zipper as well, which I have a sharp pal knife sharpener, and then I have a water key. I forget exactly what it's called, but if you ever in a urban area, access to water on the side of buildings, they need this type of tool. You can access that for civil unrest if anything's going on. Keep extra batteries for my weapons lights, and then just some paracord. This is 550 paracord. This is 30 feet. And that's it for that first part, or that pocket, should I say. So for this very front part of the bag, the very first pocket, both ways just like that, and be able to access anything that I need to. So for this very front, we have another little mesh pocket with a zipper. I have some pocket size duct tape. I have some on-the-go Kleenex. I have a rain poncho. I have some hot hand warmers. I have a emergency thermal blanket. And I have some to-go pack disinfectant wipes. I like to keep those in all of my packs as well. So that's that for that front part. So in this section here, I have a map of my area, and I also mark down different routes that I can take from different places that I may be at, from work, from home, to work, to a safe space if we ever had to bug out or something like that. I have everything mapped out here, different colors, different, so that way I can see which path is which goes to what. So I have that. I have a Gerber suspension NXT multi-tool. Always good to have a multi-tool. This is a big one, so this isn't one that I would want to like EDC on my person, but I keep it in this bag just in case. I have another emergency glow stick. I like to keep those handy. I keep a Write in the Rain notebook. If I ever need to leave a note, send a note, take notes, jot down something, anything like that I can do. And I keep writing utensils, so I have a mechanical pencil, a pen, highlighter, and then an extra Sharpie just in case I need it. And then on the side, I just have a regular traditional pocket knife, nothing special. I just kind of threw this in there. This would be the one that I would most likely go to. Fixed blade here. Always want to have a fixed blade in your survival. But as you can see here, it has a lot of organization, different compartments, different sections, all those things. So that is that for that very front part. Then for the main compartment, I wish it went all the way down on both sides so that way it would be a full clamshell. This one is not, but it does open enough for me to still be able to get all the way into it, access things fairly quickly, so I don't mind it too much. I'm just gonna go ahead and lay this down like this. Since we got some stuff on this side here, I'll go through this first. So we got a top pocket here, mesh on both of these, zipper. I have a electric lighter. I don't know if you can see that, but always want to have something to start a fire. I have some bug spray, especially with the weather getting warmer. Definitely going to need that if you're hiking around. And I have some fire starter here in a package so it doesn't get all wet or messed up. That goes along with the fire starter kit. And then below that, I have a life straw, always handy. There's always access to water, especially out here in Central Oregon. There's all types of creeks, rivers, and things, but I want to be able to have some filtered water. And lastly, lastly in that pack, a couple of redundancies, but a couple extra emergency glow sticks. Can't really have enough. It doesn't take up much, but I like to have plenty of these just in case. And yes, now that is all empty there. So when that is empty, I can actually open this up a lot better. All right, so let's start with the Deodrio wax canvas pouch. I love this pouch. This was off of Amazon, super cheap. Zipper smooth, but in here I have some hygiene stuff. So this is one of those things that I access all the time, even if I'm obviously not in like a get home situation, but I'm constantly accessing these items and resupplying them, putting more stuff in there and things like that. So in here we have a compass, this little Mylar pouch packet. It has some compressed towels, some dude wipes, individual wet one wipes. We have some individual Tide, have some Colgate wisps, and some floss with some picks on the end. I have a small tissue just because it fits and it's handy. I like to keep that in there. Lighter, just a mini Bic lighter. Again, just because it fits and can't go wrong with having something to start a fire. Tylenol, Tums. I have some more Kindle to start a fire. Again, it just fits in there. I have some super glue just in case. Some crazy glue here. Hand sanitizer. And then lastly in that pouch, I have this pretty cool, fun little multi-tool utensil if I do need to stop and eat. I got a spoon, a fork, a knife. I have a bottle opener, can opener, all those things in there. And I have a titanium toothpick just in case. Hey, if you're trying to get home, doesn't mean you can't get something out your teeth. So I like to have that. That all fits in there. And to go along with the multi-utensil, this is my get home food of choice. This is the granola Mountain House Adventure Meals. I also have a change of socks that also go along with a change of clothes. So I have jeans, flannel, shirt, underwear, and socks just in case. Now that it is getting warmer, my change of clothes is going to kind of change just a little bit. Still gets pretty cold at night, so I still want something that will still keep me warm. So I'm not going to change it out just yet, but in the summertime, I might take out the flannel and add something a little bit thinner. Then I have a life tent if I'm trying to get home. So the thing for this bag is get home. I'm going to get home. If for whatever reason I had to at least post up, put camp up for maybe an hour or two, catch my breath, recover, I can have this to at least create shelter if I needed to. I ended up putting my Pelican 7600 with the therm back. I end up putting it in this one. I was EDCing this one for a while. I have a folding saw. So this is worst case scenario. If for whatever reason, I had to make camp, I had to cut down wood to start a fire or something like that, I can have it. Doesn't take up much space. Also have a tech organizer pouch. So this has two sides. One side has some extra chargers, extra cords. The other side has the power bank power bank of choice. This one is the Blaver. It has that solar up front, so I like to have that in the bug out or the get home, because if this dies, the sun can charge it and then it can charge my devices. So always good to have that, have a backup plan for the backup plan. This is my first aid kit. This has everything that you will ever need in a first aid kit. I think everything that's essential in my eyes. I do have a video going over every individual thing here. It has all the links to the pouch, to the contents, all of that stuff. But I do want to just open this really quick and just show you how I have it packed out. This is the first aid kit. So on this side, I have the Band-Aids, the Neosporin, the individual Tylenol. I have some of the bleed stop, some more gauze, some pressure bandages, cortisone, another Sharpie, gloves. I have some electrolytes, and actually this was one of the things that I knew I needed to change out. So these ones actually are expired. So I will be tossing these and putting some new ones in right after this video. So I have some gauze. I have another thermal blanket, more pocket-sized duct tape, just in case. I have some aqua tabs for purifying water. I have some medical tape. All of those things are in here. Most, if not all, first aid type situations that arise, I will be able to take care of it with something in this pouch. That's everything. It's all empty. The other thing I want to go over, what I keep in here sometimes. If you don't know already, of course, I am talking about a extra firearm. So really quick, I do EDC, conceal carry a firearm. So I conceal carry the Ruger Max 9. I have some Hornady hollow points here. I did clear just to show you, and I have a extra mag with me, and then I have the CYA holster, just really quick. And if I don't have, if I don't have this one, I'll still have one, but some areas, some places, sometimes I do like to keep an extra one just in case something really goes down. I want a bigger firearm, one that I may be able to shoot better with, has more capacity rounds, has 2 extra clips, is the Glock 17. Also have some hollow points in there as well. The clips are full, but I did clear the gun just for video's sake. Glock 17, I do have a video on this going over everything, light, optic, anything that I change to it, all those things. But I do like to have this in here when I can, when I do feel comfortable. It would live in the way back. I do recommend having some sort of defense in your get home bag. If you can still carry, you'll have it on your person. But if you're comfortable, have an extra one in your get home bag. I keep this one in here a lot, but I wouldn't say like all the time. Okay, so gonna just go ahead and put everything back in, and let me get back to you. So let me know what you think. Let me know if that was helpful. This is it all packed out. Also wanted to mention when once I cut the camera, I was getting ready to put stuff back up, I did go through the first aid kit, made sure any medicines and stuff weren't expired as well. So it wasn't just the electrolytes. I just wanted to make sure everything was good. So everything's still good, still has quite some life on it. So I don't have to change it out just yet, but I do want to let you know, remind you, you do want to also look for your medications, anything that you may be using. Those have expiration dates as well, so make sure you're changing that stuff out if you need to. Everything else in here is actually really good, so comment, like, share. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you like this type of content. And like always, see you on the next one.